Sick of people at ESPN or Sports Center who think they have their heads on their shoulders but really don't? Well, it's time for the Jimmy the K Sports Show, sponsored by the All About Sports Zone blogspot.com page. And we are going to give you the most urgent sports news. It's time for the Jimmy the K Sports Show. Sit back, relax. Here we go, friends. Hey, it's me, your host, Jimmy the K. You see me each and every Tuesday evening at this time, 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time on Ustream. We are currently using a Ustream account and currently liking the fact that Ustream continues to accelerate the way that things are done here and continue to help our viewership each and every week. So I thank you for coming back each and every week and thank you. I also want to remind you that, over the last couple of weeks, we have not mentioned anything about Team Avery, hashtag Team Avery Z15, fighting leukemia. A good friend of mine's daughter. I am currently not wearing orange. I'm wearing crimson and cream. I'm sorry. There is some orange on it. It says something about Beat Texas, and they would appreciate that. Being Oklahoma people, they are. Our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to that young lady, and remember, still on the page, you probably still have to scroll down a really, 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 really long ways down, but each and every week you can just keep scrolling down until you see a GoFundMe page for Avery. If you are in the market or can afford to spare a few dollars, it would be a great cause to put it towards is Team Avery. So to let you know, we have not forgot about you, Team Avery Z15. We have just kind of, dare I say, and I don't mean to sound harsh or rude or hopefully this doesn't sound bad, but it's kind of been on the back burner and I haven't thought about it, believe it or not, as much. I continue to pray for the young lady, but for the shows being, we've kind of lacked in that atmosphere. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hit our sports news. There has been a lot of sports news over the last week, and sports news that is just very, very near and dear to me, to be quite honest with you. Last week we talked about Dez Bryant. How much Dez Bryant and the Dallas Cowboys were apart in money, and how the NFL's Player Association were going to go after him and Demaryius Thomas of the Denver Broncos had they not signed a deal by the deadline last week. They were going to go after both teams for talking about some budgetary money type deals. So with that being said, what happened was Dez Bryant signed a 5-year, $70 million deal. He'll remain with the Dallas Cowboys, and he has basically stated that he is ready to lock and load and win 5 Super Bowls under Jerry Jones. I'll believe that when I see that. Locking up Dez Bryant wasn't my biggest priority, to be quite honest with you, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. My biggest priority was their defense. Their offense will shine no matter what. As long as you have that offensive front, Tony Romo performing the way he needs to under pressure. Defense is where they've always needed to work on. So, they get defense, and this team's a force to be reckoned with. And another deal, Demaryius Thomas did sign a similar deal, about 5 years, $70 million, with the Denver Broncos to stay long-term there. The NFL's Players Association will not get involved with any talking or anything like that amongst the two teams and their money exchanges. So the NFL Players Association has not deemed fit for them to go after them. So with that being said, we all know the story about Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, whatever you want to call her, he, she, it, whatever you want to call it, um, winning the Arthur Ashe Award. And again, I stated this last week and have continued to put ESPN to the task, but yet ESPN doesn't have the fortitude to even debate me or even have the fortitude to acknowledge that they did something wrong. Um, it was a disgrace to ESPN. The ESPY Awards is a disgrace, and many other networks have called them out on it. There was a comment made on the All About Sports Zone page by a person that follows the page that will remain anonymous. That said, after this was posted, that Caitlyn Jenner won the Arthur Ashe Award. He stated that in next year the cowardly lion can let everyone know he is becoming a female lion and finally get his badge of courage. I had a chuckle and a laugh there when I saw that, and have to agree with that commenter, who will remain anonymous. Now, I will admit that there were some awards given out last week at the ESPY Awards that had my stamp of approval. One of those being Leah Still receiving the Jimmy V Award. Leah Still is the young daughter of the defensive player in the NFL, Devin Still. I believe he's with the Cincinnati Bengals. Many of those players on that team have continued to help her in her fight with her disease, and I totally agreed with this award. It's an award that is well deserved for a young lady who is well deserving of the award. Somebody that has had a lot of courage, and if anybody should have got the Arthur Ashe Courage Award, it should have been her. Or military personnel that have come back and been sports athletes and so on and so on and so forth. And so congratulations to Leah Still on her award of the Jimmy V Award. I don't know how many of y'all are NBA fans. I'm an NBA fan. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a football fan. Really, there's a lot of sports that I like. There are some that I don't frequently watch that I basically flip over, like soccer and tennis and golf, stuff that I'm not too much into. But there is lots and lots of talk. And Charles Barkley, a former NBA player himself, said a comment last week, and I quote him. He says, "I hope Kevin Durant stays with the Oklahoma City Thunder." I mentioned earlier in posting that I will put my odds in at this happening. My odds as of right now, believe it or not, if you're an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, don't get your hopes up. Don't give me a hug or be like, "Oh, we really appreciate your comment," because my odds can be off. But my odds as of right now, as of this minute, as of this off season, are that he's staying in Oklahoma City. There is an 85 to 15% chance that he won't stay. Now, somebody might ask, why do I give him those odds? Why, not the Washington Wizards? Why not the LA Lakers? I mentioned that last week on the show. Those teams have the ability to maybe get Kevin Durant's services, get him to listen, but they don't and won't have the money to spend to get Kevin Durant on their team. The Oklahoma City Thunder, after this season, will have enough money freed up in the salary cap that they will be able to make a big splash to keep Kevin Durant in the Oklahoma City Metro. Does that mean it will happen? Again, this is this offseason. We still have a year to go. But my odds as of today, July 21st, 2015, are that he stays 85, he goes 15%. You know, those numbers some people will disagree with, but the truth of the matter is there is no NBA team next year. No NBA team. There will be lots of NBA teams requesting his services, but there is really no NBA team that can go after him with the catalyst, with the money, with the years, with the player options that the Oklahoma City Thunder can. So, as of right now, my odds of Kevin Durant staying in an Oklahoma City Thunder uniform are 85%, barring any injuries. You know, if he's injured this year, then there won't be a lot of teams going after his services, and his stock will continue to fall. But my odds are at 85% that he stays. So if you're a Thunder fan, tip your hats off and hope that he does stay. If you're not, well, too bad. That's the way to be a sports host, right? Tell people, too bad, we don't care about your team. Let's go ahead and look at some of the NBA rumors and things that have happened over the last week. There have been a plethora of things that have happened over the NFL the last week that need to be brought to your attention. And lots of baseball news that we're going to follow up on, or follow the NBA rumors and news up with. And then we'll end on a kind of funny but serious note of what happened during a Houston Astros Texas Rangers game. You know, many teams going after a lot of services of players. The other day, the Houston Rockets acquired ties of the Denver Nuggets for 4 or 5 players. These are rumors as of the last week. Free agent signings, rumors, etc., in the NBA. KJ McDaniels agreed to a 3-year, $10 million deal. The Kings voided Luke Mumbai Amut deal after a fellow physical. And JJ Barea signs a 4-year, $16 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. The Nuggets traded Ty Lawson to the Rockets for 4 players, that being a pretty good deal. And with that acquisition of Ty Lawson and the dismissal of a couple of point guards, the odds of Jason the Jet Terry re-signing with them are better right now. I have a 75 to 25% chance that he doesn't sign with the Houston Rockets. 76ers sign Scotty Milbekin to a 4-year contract. The Clippers signed Josh Smith to a 1-year deal. Kings voided a deal after a failed physical. Rumors that are going around as of right now is that the Mavericks and forward Josh Jenkins have apparently agreed to a 3-year deal. This is according to reports from Shams Charania. Free agent forward Quincy Acy and the Kings have agreed to a 2-year deal, according to the same reports by the same person. The Denver Nuggets and forward Danilo Gallinari are in talks for a contract extension. Entered his contract year and will require an $11.5 million deal. With the deal still not done, to bring back center Tristan Thompson, the Cavaliers have expressed interest in Russian 7-footer Sasha con. The team is not, however, in a hurry to make a decision, though. Reports are that Jason Terry is still in talks with the Houston Rockets, and the odds of him signing again are 75% to 25% that he does not. And that's your NBA news here in rumors here over the last week or so. Now we're going to get to Major League Baseball. This, with the trades or trade rumors going around, and the trade deadline coming up in 9 or 10 days, the mill's kind of heating up. Our boys over at MLBTradeRumors.com, I give credit to them for a lot of these rumors. They're getting, and I'm reiterating them to you as a host of a sports show. First things first, I definitely want to mention that of the name of Cole Hamels. Cole Hamels has been brought up over the last 6 months in Major League Baseball about the Philadelphia Phillies looking to unload his contract. Right now, the rumor mill says the Rangers, Astros, and Dodgers are in the mix for Cole Hamels. A lot of people have speculated over the last week that the Texas Rangers were out. But according to reports by the Dallas Morning News columnist Evan Grant, they are very well engaged and very well in on possibly acquiring Cole Hamels along with the Astros and the Dodgers. Now, as a sports host, I always have a dark horse, a sleeper team, somebody that could come in and wipe the doors off and take it away from a team that wants a certain player. And my team in this Cole Hamels deal is the New York Yankees. A lot of people are saying the Yankees and GM Brian Cashman are not going to go after Cole Hamels. I think that is a load of hogwash in my personal opinion, because the fact is the Yankees are continuing to play good baseball, and adding somebody of Cole Hamels' catalyst or David Price's catalyst could help catapult the New York Yankees to yet further into the playoffs, or even possibly a World Series appearance or a World Series champion crown. So my sleeper team in the Cole Hamels deal right now, along with the teams that have been rumored are the Rangers, the Astros, and the Dodgers. But I have to pick a sleeper team, and that sleeper team right now is the New York Yankees. They are the team that could come in underneath everybody, even though reports say that GM Brian Cashman does not want to give up the prospects or the money to acquire Cole Hamels. I believe the New York Yankees are that sleeper team, very quietly sleeping like a lion in the grass, just waiting to reach its prey. That being said, what other sports news is there? There's so much sports news. I think, I'd almost have to do an hour to 2 hour show just to go over everything. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know if I could talk that long. I mean, I've got my water here, my trusty mug with the OKC Thunder on it. Down the wrong pipe. I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the show? What are your thoughts on people like Cole Hamels? Do you think a sleeper team like the Washington Nationals could come in and swoop up Cole Hamels? Or do you think a team like the Seattle Mariners, who are on the losing end right now of baseball, could come in and swoop up somebody like David Price or Cole Hamels? Your thoughts are very much appreciated. I know the viewers are out there. I know you're watching. With that being said, who's your sleeper team to pick up Cole Hamels. Another name that is hot under the press, and that is kind of, in a way, hurt Cole Hamels' stock, because the fact is that everyone knew that Cole Hamels would become available. We've known for the last month, month and a half, 6 months, that the Philadelphia Phillies have wanted to unload Cole Hamels. Now, names like that of David Price, like that of Jeff Samardzija, have been brought up. And by those names being brought up, what we have is we have Cole Hamels' stock starting to fall. Granted, his last 2 starts have not been spectacular for Cole Hamels. If you are a sports enthusiast and can look at the numbers, you do realize that Cole Hamels' last 2 starts have been very much not impressive. What the other names like David Price and Jeff Samardzija have done is they brought the price down for the Philadelphia Phillies. Granted, they have said that they don't necessarily have to unload him this before the trade deadline. They could very well wait until the offseason and unload him. But if your teams out there, we know that David Price is now available. The Tigers are apparently in a selling mode. They're looking towards the future instead of right now. They're looking towards the future. And so the name David Price and Yoenis Cespedes, wow, that's a fun name to pronounce. Yoenis Cespedes are both available in trade acquisitions. Now, teams like the Texas Rangers, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays have been rumored. I do have 3 sleeper teams in this, though. And those sleeper teams I put my bets on are the Houston Astros, the Kansas City Royals, and the Pittsburgh Pirates as being the 3 teams that I put my bets on as being sleeper teams. Those guys out in the grass like lions waiting to pounce on their prey, waiting till the very last second. And those are the teams that I'd watch out for in the David Price sweepstakes right now. For the Rangers to acquire David Price, for them to acquire, let's say, Cole Hamels, let's say they acquire David Price, Yoenis Cespedes, and Cole Hamels. Let's just say that theoretically speaking, let's say they acquire both those pitchers. Next year, they're looking towards the future. Next year they have Yu Darvish, Cole Hamels. They free up money to possibly extend David Price. Then, you have Derek Holland healthy. Then probably Martin Perez or Matt Harrison. Matt Harrison will probably be gone. But somebody like Matt Perez or Nick Martinez, Chichi Gonzalez, if he's not traded in the deal. You can very well see Texas trading Sin-Shu Chu's contract for David Price and Yoenis Cespedes. That would be a pretty good contract pretty good trade, as the Rangers would take on the Tigers' David Price's contract and Yoenis Cespedes' contract in exchange for them taking on Chu's contract. That would be a pretty good trade, in my honest opinion, and could be something that could very well catapult the Texas Rangers next year to a playoff contender. I'm not saying that right now they are not in playoff contention, because the truth of the matter is every team right now is in playoff contention. But as they continue to gradually fall in the rankings, they will continue to look into next year. And by looking to next year, you've got to look at all the sticks in the pile and pick the sticks that you most want. What other sports news was there? Too much sports news. Too much sports news for me to go. I'm kidding. With it being a sports show, you better sit back, relax, and get a cup of coffee because I'm going to be here for the next hour and a half. I'm kidding. Oh, let's go over some of the rumors, at least for today. If we went back over all the rumors for the last week, we would probably about have 400 rumors. Um, so, as of today, this is what has happened in MLB. Talking about some of the teams, what they're looking for, what they're not looking for, and stuff like that. Let's go on up here with AL East deadline notes talking about the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, the Tampa Bay Rays, Blue Jays, teams like that. The Yankees GM Brian Cashman did state, and this is where the whole Cole Hamels thing or David Price thing comes into play, that he indicated that he does not, and does not was emphasized, expect to make a major deal this summer for acquisition of a player. My odds are that they are the sleeper team in the Cole Hamels deal. I've already stated that, and I still strongly believe that they are the sleeper team. Rays owner said that the club will likely rely primarily on internal options rather than making a deadline splash. That happens a lot in baseball, especially when you got younger teams and you really and guys that are hurt a lot. Um, Trade market for third baseman, you got starting options: Juan Uribe, Chris Johnson, Kelly Johnson, Aramis Ramirez, Martin Prado, Cody Ash, Will Middlebrooks, Luis Valbueno, and Brett Laurie. Those are the starting options that teams have to go after in the third base. You got utility guys, displaced veterans, backups: Alex Guerrera, Alberto Calaspo, Gordon Beckham, Mike Aviles, Aaron Hill, Cliff Pennington, Yenger V. Solarte, Marwin Gonzalez, Eduardo Escobar, Eduardo Nunez, Hernan Perez, Joaquin Arias, Ihar Adrian Zah, Connor Gillespie, and Casey McGahee. With that being said, there were some options. The Astros optioned Joe Thatcher. The Royals optioned Yordano Ventura. By auctioning them, they have a few days to trade or move them. Uh, and if they don't do that, then they automatically become free agents. The name Edwin Jackson has been brought up for the Texas Rangers in a long relief role. Could help boost that bullpen, as that bullpen has had struggles over the last, you know, that's been the Rangers' biggest problem. Their starting pitching has gotten them to where they needed it to, except yesterday. But yet their bullpen has kind of been wishy-washy, so to speak. So as we continue to get closer and closer, things will continue to happen. That being said, that's about most of the rumors right now going around. For more rumors or up to the date rumors, you can go to a sister page, triple W MLBTradeRumors.com, for all your trade rumors, sports rumors, baseball rumors, and more. trade acquisitions, etc., etc. You can go to our sister page there, look them up. For the last story on the show, I want to discuss the brawl that happened Saturday evening in Houston, Texas, between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. Managers A.J. Hinch and Jeff Bannister get in a heated argument as benches clear in Houston. The heated argument, believe it or not, was over roof net or door taking way too much, apparently way too much time in the batter's box. Hank Conger, the catcher for the Houston Astros, waving him over, telling him to speed it up, and instead of being a man, Conger gets up out of his batting stance after Odor says something. We don't know what Odor said. And the two exchange, pleasantries in each other's face. Prince Fielder's the first one out to be the peacemaker. He's pushing him back, pushing Conger back, trying to break this up. A matter of fact, he and Steve Bouchot were the peacemakers in all of this. And if it weren't for those two, there could have been a very ugly fight between those two, including the managers. With that being said, the Texas Rangers are 1-3 since the All-Star break. Do I think they'll become buyers or sellers? I honestly, in my opinion, feel like, in all honesty, there is a 90% chance that they will become buyers. Now, will they become buyers at the before the trade deadline? Maybe. Or will they wait till after the season and become buyers then? When my odds go up to around 95% that they become buyers then. Again, I thank you for coming back each and every week. I am your host, Jimmy the K, and I want your opinions for this show. I'm the host of this show. You continue to come back. You continue to watch from the Ustream site. You continue to watch live. I want your opinions for those that continue to frequent the page and the show. Are there any improvements that you can see that we can make to the page, to the Facebook page, All About Sports Zone? Are there sports topics on the show you'd like covered more? If so, what sport and what topic? Be sure to let me know. Comment on the video for this that will be posted to both the All About Sports Zone page and the Jimmy my own personal page on Facebook. Comment on that. If there's a sport out there that you want more covered on, let me know, and we'll get into that more as you see fit. I know there are still improvements to the show that we need to get to the high quality that you, the viewer, demands. So here's your chance. I definitely want to hear from you so that we can reach the highest demand that you, the viewers, would demand. With that being said, there are 3 easy ways to get in contact with me. Go to Twitter at JimmyCersey1, or you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/allaboutsportszone, or you can email me at allaboutsportszone, that's one word, at gmail.com. And like I like to tell you each and every week, until next Tuesday evening, I am your host, Jimmy the K. Until next week, why don't you just have some fun and kick the dust up? Here's Luke Bryan here on the Jimmy the K Sports Show, sponsored by All About Sports Zone.
Shake the dust up.